the worst job I ever had, well, my first job was as a gift wrapper at a department store called Buffum's in California. Yeah. And then lingerie was really hard to work in because there's lots of, putting bras on hangers is really tricky. Shoe departments are a nightmare. Have any of you ever worked in shoe departments? Yeah, you got to put those pairs of shoes back together and size them, and you got to bend over and get by people's feet. Yeah.
Oh, trying to steal shoes one at a time?
Yeah. But a lot of waiting tables. My shortest waiting table job was 4 hours because the guy who trained me kept saying the C word.
Ooh,
yeah.
Snap. That's rough.
I was out of there. And then they lied about the fish sandwich.
Wait, they lied about the fish. Did he use the C word when he did that?
Do you make the fish here, or is it like a triangle that comes processed from Norway? And the guy's like, no, we bread it here, we make it here, and this big triangle came out.
Yeah.
So not only did he use the C word, but he lied about the fish sandwich.
It's a Norwegian triangle.
Yeah, and kitchens are very volatile places, if any of you have ever worked in restaurants.
Yes.
I had a ceramic ramekin thrown at my head one time.
A ramekin?
Yeah, the thing they put like Thousand Island dressing in, you know, the ceramic. Kitchens are hot places.
It gives me an idea for the sound of shitty jobs.
Well, I do have some job tones in the project.
Oh, you do?
Yes, they're, well, the welding tone, but I did work at Six Pen Kitchen. There's a dishwasher's tone that's awesome. It's kind of like a work song. I got it. I got it.
So I guess that indicates that it's all what you make of it.
Yeah.
Because that guy dishwashing's a shitty job.
It is.
But it sounds like he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he had a work sort of rhythm there.
That's all right. I worked with a Haitian dishwasher when I lived in Florida, and he had a dishwashing song.
Yeah.
His name was Poppy. If he's still alive, you should do a ringtone.
Well, I know, that would be great. We used to, my mom used to put on records when we would clean house on Saturdays when I was a kid, so.
That's smart.
Whistle while you work, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, let's wrap it up there. I think
Thanks,
this is
Dave.
a pretty darn good interview. And
maybe
what's coming up
maybe
next?
You'll come on my TV show.
Yeah, you're doing a show.
I'm going to do a locally toned TV show July 9th. Will be evening show, and then the 11th will be a family-friendly open ringtone recording session, so you can bring your harmonicas or your little cow moo toys or your singing voice, and we'll be recording ringtones live right here.
So that's great. Adult show here, locally toned, July 9th.
That's a Friday.
And then that preceding Sunday
the
is
11th.
the family affair.
Yes.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Teresa Foley. My next and last guest came here from afar. His name is Mark. We've been playing with this all night. Mark Nejmeh.
You got it perfect.
I nailed it. Mark Nejmeh is the founder and director of a foundation from is it New York?
Yeah,
New York City. From New York City. Have you heard of New York City? He's here from New York City. Mark Nejmeh, director and founder of Job Creation US. Thanks, Mark. Now, yeah, you came all the way here for this?
Yeah. We're trying to build a following.
All right. No, I appreciate it. Well, you know, we're going to do our best to help you out, and I want to talk about your foundation and what you guys do. So let's just jump into it. What is Job Creation US?
The Foundation for Job Creation, jobcreation.us, is an organization that is out hunting for innovation that will create jobs for Americans. We don't accept any grants from government. We're not out to just raise capital. We're out to be entrepreneurial and bring people in through our system and get them up on their feet so that they're creating jobs themselves.
Well, that's really interesting. You don't, because I apply for grants all the time. I don't get too many of them, but you don't accept grants?
No, we don't accept grants because if we're going to teach people how to be entrepreneurial, then we should be entrepreneurial. Okay. I've been a businessman my entire life, and I know how to take dirt and turn it into gold. So I want to share that with the people,
Can I have some dirt gold?
Yes.
I would take
You know, I can't say I don't believe in myself, you know, and that's why I'm doing this. I can't believe that our country is falling apart the way it is, whereas we're relying on so many outside sources that really don't have the strength, and they really don't operate within the free market system to let entrepreneurship really take hold and grow jobs. I mean, there's so many people unemployed right now.
Now, I've been looking for like a trust fund girlfriend, or like a really wealthy girl who would like take care of me. You know, like I'll be a kept man. Seriously, is that entrepreneurial thinking?
I think that's wise thinking.
That's wise thinking.
Yeah, but I don't think that's entrepreneurial. I think what's entrepreneurial is when we realize that we live in the greatest country in the world, and that when we start to believe in the systems that have taken care of us for so long. Capitalism is not a bad thing, but it's often awry now. So I think, you know, one thing that the foundation does is we work to go to Wall Street and see the markets cleaned up. If we can get the markets cleaned up, like the OTC bulletin board, the small stock market, then small companies can raise capital.
Okay.
Right now, capital is a big problem for small companies. And that market, if we can clean it up, small companies will be able to go and raise capital from the change in people's pockets.
Okay, that's what I'm working on now. I mean, I'm a capitalist myself. The unemployment show I look at as a business.
I think it's a great business.
And, well, thanks, buddy. And you know, we're off to an early in our early growth pattern here. Off to you know, I don't know if it's a slow start or not. It's hard to gauge at this point. But one thing I do is I try to have at least one or two artists on per show, because my background is in art, and that speaks to me. I think it speaks to a lot of people. And I think as far as struggling to find a steady job and a steady career rhythm and path, artists struggle, you know, probably like nobody else. I mean, that may be easy for me to say since I'm an artist, but I think it's a very relatable struggle for artists. But we had a conversation earlier, and one theme that keeps coming up, one sort of tenet I think is in your mission, is the word socialism. And
I'm against socialism.
Yeah. It's Job Creation US
Yeah.
is totally anti-socialism.
Yeah.
And I think that I was like, all right, this is sweet. This foundation is coming from New York, and they're interested in our show and in the waffle shop and in our city and what it's all about. And I read the whole thing, and I saw the anti-socialism part, and it caught my attention. And I looked closer, and I was like, because there are some things about socialism that I think, you know, may have some validity. And so I want to know, I guess I kind of want to give you the opportunity to make it, to sort of like make that.
Well, if you take a look at our van outside,
Which is awesome.
which is, you know, hand painted, it says, you know, no tea, anti-Tea Party, anti-Kool-Aid, you know. We don't want.
I'm real down with that.
You know, we're definitely not Tea Party people. We hate the government and the services that are out there. I think that social services within a free market system are necessary, but socialism, and I speak to people on the street all the time, there's a big movement right now that they want socialism. They think that every company should be run by the government. I think it's wrong. I think that our government's move to take over GM was a very bad thing for Toyota, for Ford, for every other car manufacturer out there trying to compete. Yeah, we may have saved some jobs now, but we've also disrupted the free market system. And I think that's a big problem. So I am definitely against socialism, but I'm not against social services provided from a free market system. I mean, I don't think that you can create a competitive environment for things that are absolutely necessary, like taking care of the homeless, like providing, you know, emergency medical care or Social Security. I think those things that are built into the system have to stay, but I still think we need to really maintain a free market system, and I'm for capitalism 100%.